Hi guys, Toy here again. I want to talk a little bit more today about, hi guys, Toy here. I want to talk a little bit more about creating a hierarchy. I mentioned it in the other video, but it's one of the first things that you're going to do with a therapist when you first start therapy. And you're going to create a hierarchy of triggers or fears. And what that looks like is not like list all your fears. Like I'm afraid of a spider, I'm afraid of heights, I'm afraid of, not really that, but more like list your OCD triggers from I absolutely can't defeat this one thing all the way down to something that you feel like you can get through. So I'll give you an example. My OCD was all about death and numbers and sometimes religion, kind of all squished together when it was at its worst. So what that would look like for me is I would see a number or think of a number. There were some numbers that follow me around all the time, but I would think of a number and I think, oh my gosh, somebody might die in that number of years or that number of days or that number of whatever. The times always changed. But that number would terrify me. And so let's say I am walking up the stairs and I think of that number and I think, oh gosh, that scares me. Somebody might die. I walk back down the stairs and that's when I say the opposite of that thing that I just thought. So, and I usually was asking God, please don't let anyone die in X number of years, right? And so when I was convinced that I did that right, meaning I didn't head shake or negate it or anything, then I would walk back up the stairs. And so what this looked like was what became the term bing bonging. So imagine you're playing a video of somebody walking upstairs and you have to keep rewinding it, play it, rewind, play, rewind. That's what it looked like. So up the stairs, didn't get it quite right the second time, back down, do the prayer, do the thing. Up the stairs, didn't get it right the third time, back down. So this could go on for a very long time. And I got a lot of cardio workouts going on during my bing bonging phase. So what I did was I listed this hierarchy of, definitely can't get up the stairs in one shot. That was one of the top ones. Definitely can't get out of the shower without thinking of these death thoughts. I definitely can't get dressed. I definitely can't. So I went all the way down, definitely can't get out of my house on the first try in the morning when I'm trying to get my kids to school, like all of these things. I went all the way down to this very basic thing, putting on a pair of socks. So I had this pair of socks that somehow got death on them. And so they were the death socks. I couldn't put on the socks. So that was at the very bottom of my hierarchy. I thought, yeah, I can probably put on the socks with some help. So in my Google Meets therapy session, I went and got the socks. I put on the socks right on camera and kept them on for about, a minute maybe the first time, and then up to 5 minutes. And that was it. That was it. That was it. And my therapist was like, this is a victory. Do this again. If it's a minute, if it's 5 minutes, whatever, do it again. And I'm like, I don't know. I thought it was kind of dumb at first. And this is why I want to share this with you, because I thought it was dumb. I'm like, my brain, my OCD brain, your OCD brain, if you have one, is probably an all or nothing thinker. At least that's the way I was. So OCD over the years has caused me so much tremendous shame and guilt and just feeling like I'm not good enough and unworthy of everything. And it really took this toll on my life. And that's why I want to share these videos with you. But you have to reframe that. Even if you do something for 1 minute, it's a victory. I thought I put on a sock, like billions of people put on a sock, every day, and they don't think twice about it. Why am I so messed up and broken that I can't put on a sock? And that was wrong. I'm not messed up and broken. I just have to unlearn OCD. Okay. So I put on the sock. That's the first thing I want you to take from this. Even your tiniest little thing at the bottom of your hierarchy, if you do it, it's a win. You stared OCD in the face and you won, even if it's for 1 minute. Because the next time, maybe it's 2 minutes. The next time, maybe it's 3 minutes. The next time, maybe you wear the socks all day. Who knows? But you did it. You did it on purpose. Okay? The second part of the hierarchy thing that I just really didn't understand for a while was this idea of being proactive versus reactive. So my therapist tells me, okay, you're going to practice this sock thing, and then we're going to move on to something else. We're going to keep as slowly or as slowly as it takes you or as long as it takes, we're going to do it. And I'm like, okay. And then she tells me, between sessions, you're going to practice this. And I'm like, but I said, that's dumb. I told her it was dumb. I said, you know what? I am having OCD thoughts all day long. I have millions of thoughts. It doesn't just happen in the morning and in the afternoon I'm fine. I am constantly having OCD attacks. I am constantly bombarded. At this point in my life, it was nonstop, okay? She said, I understand that. She said, but you're running from OCD. You're white knuckling your way through OCD. And I was. Like, if I did defeat an OCD thought, it was because it was just by sheer will. Sometimes it even ran. Like I told you, it was getting out and indoors was tough for me with my OCD thoughts. Like sometimes I literally ran out the door just to kind of like, almost like I was running away and OCD was chasing me. And she said, yes. So maybe you are defeating OCD a few times during the day when it happens naturally. But she wanted me to stand in the arena with OCD. And so being proactive, just that sock, that moment with the sock, 5 minutes with a sock on my foot, right? Is me standing in the arena, looking OCD square in the face and saying, I see you, OCD. I know you're going to try to come for me, but I'm putting this sock on anyway, and standing up to OCD and doing battle. That's the way I thought of it, okay? And when she explained it to me that way, it made so much more sense because I'm at least several times during the day, I'm being proactive. I'm getting my battle gear on. I got my socks. I'm ready to go. And I'm getting into the arena with OCD. That was a game changer because I was being reactive to OCD instead of saying, I see you, you're not going to win this time. And doing that little by little, I mean, guys, it was a sock. Little by little, baby steps. You get out the other end of it. It might take you a little bit longer than somebody else, but you can't do that to yourself. So please, 2 things I want you to know. 1, every victory is a victory. Celebrate it. 2, you have to be proactive with OCD instead of reactive. You didn't go to the gym the first time and do a workout and leave the gym looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger in his heyday, right? You didn't. You have to consistently go to get stronger and stronger. And it's the same with OCD. You didn't learn OCD overnight. OCD crept in sometime in your life and it just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So you can't just unlearn it in a day or even in a week, probably. You have to start with what you can do, what you know you can do, and incrementally work your way up. So I hope this helped. I wish I had gotten those 2 messages, those 2 ideas the first time around instead of taking me a long time to get there. So I hope this helped somebody out there. I appreciate and love you all, and see you in the next one.